we are on our way to go take a look at another collection. Got a call from a guy, says he's got about 6 long boxes of all 80s. So we're heading out to take a look at it. It's about an hour away, so we got a little bit of a drive ahead of us. Got 5 long boxes, another cardboard box, and a bigger cardboard box. Very little of this is bagged and boarded. It is mostly in some sort of order. So, just checks. This is a nice book. House of M. Image Masters of the Universe. So I'm not going to bore you with digging through every single box. I'm going to have to spend a day or so going through them to see exactly what's here. Oh, there's a nice book. Action Comics from the post office. Here's a lot of some Spider-Man. One of the things I will say is that there were a bunch of signed books. Obviously with no COAs, we'll have to kind of see what's here. Here's a signed book, signed book. Here we go, X-Men #1 signed. So we'll see, whatever's here that has some value with a signature will probably go off to CBCS for verification and grading. It's a cool book. Alright guys, we got them. They're in the back. There was a lot of 90s, more than there were 80s. Still some nice books in there, so we're gonna get home, go through them all, and pull some keys, and we'll talk about what I paid for the collection. Alright guys, so you got the overview, you saw what was there. I pulled out 10 books that I want to show you. All the books, like I said, for the most part, were not bagged, not boarded. In remarkably good condition though, high grade. I'm thinking these books with a clean and press are going to come back 9.6s, 9.8s. So there are 10 books we'll talk about, plus kind of a whole nother set of only 3. But first book, Ultimate Fantastic Four, number 22, first appearance of Marvel Zombies. And again, with a clean and press. These books are sharp. So these will all be going to CGC. Amazing Spider-Man 529, first appearance of the Iron Spider. New Avengers number 7. This is first appearance of the Illuminati. Spec book mostly. We don't know if they're going to show up, but very nice book. More spec, but kind of almost a guaranteed thing at this point. Young Avengers number 6. So this is the first Cassie Lang as Stature. We know that Cassie Lang's in Ant-Man, Quantumania. Whether she's going to become Stature, we don't know. However, we have seen many of the Young Avengers already. So that's a nice book. And if you have that, you might as well have Young Avengers number 10, which is the first where Tommy Shepard becomes Speed. Well, later becomes Speed. But this is the first appearance of Tommy Shepard. So there were the better part of this run was there. Sadly, not number 1. But again, very nice, given that they were not bagged, not boarded. DMZ number 1. HBO has greenlit this and cast Rosario Dawson in it for a show. So something I want to get slabbed now, so that way in the future, if this book does pop off, then I have it ready to go. Gargoyles number 1. Now, funny enough, I got this book only a week ago in the Box Hero Superhero Box, Mystery Box. I'll put a link up here if you haven't seen that video. But, and when I opened that book up, took it out of the bag, there was a giant crease along the back of it. Like it had been folded in half several times. So, not the best shape. This one, however, really nice. I mean, razor sharp corners. It looks super nice. I fully expect that this will come back a 9.6 or a 9.8. Green Lantern, Volume 3, number 48. First, Kyle Rayner, who's the third Green Lantern. And again, we know HBO Max, we have a Green Lantern show in the works. So, very sharp book. Love the cover. The Hood. So, maybe another bit of spec here, but first appearance of the Hood. Might be the villain in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series. We're not sure. But low print run on this. Super hard to find in high grade. And this book is really, really nice. Given that black cover, no spine ticks. There is nothing there. Needs a little press just to get out a little waviness. But overall, very, very nice. And then the last book, probably the biggest book that I pulled out of this collection, is Captain America number 6, first appearance of Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier. And this book is still hot, even though the show's over, but still a very hot book. And again, super nice condition. So those are the 10 books that I pulled. Those are going to CGC after a clean and press. There was also a big stack of probably about 40 autograph books. No COAs. The guy that had this collection, he used to go to comic book conventions back in the 90s and got a lot of stuff signed. So I looked them through. There's a lot of just dollar books there. A lot of cross-gen stuff. There's some early image stuff. But I did pull 3 books that will be going to CBCS for signature verification and encapsulation. And those books are, you guessed it, X-Men number 1. This is a Jim Lee and Chris Claremont signature on there. So that's a pretty nice book. Really nice condition. This book was bagged and boarded. All the signature books were bagged and boarded. So there's that. Wolverine Origins, number 2. Signed by Joe Quesada and Andy Kubert. So I love the cover. I think the cover is just so sick. So that's going. And then, not exactly a high dollar book. I like it. This will stay in the personal collection just because I think it's cool. Is Green Arrow number 1. Signed by Kevin Smith. So, what did I pay for the collection? I paid $800 for the collection, which is a good deal, but the investment doesn't stop with the purchase of the collection. There's still time to put in for if I clean and press the books or if I send the books out to get clean and pressed. There is also the cost of sending things to CGC or CBCS to get graded. So it all adds more money to the collection. The cost doesn't stop at the initial purchase of the collection. Hopefully a lot of these books will do well, they'll grade well, and then I'll be able to turn some of these books over to buy other books that I may want to have in my personal collection. So thanks again for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one.